Hello, welcome back to the Elephant in the Room. I'm David James, and I want to address a couple of things before we go any further. Bridging the gap. We are about reaching people. Bridging the gap between those that are informed and those that are not informed. We do not have an agenda. What does that mean? We don't do this so we can say our side's winning or anything like that. What we do this for is to truly bring information to those that are uninformed. We see what's going on and we see what's important for the community. And if it's not going right for the community, we're going to talk about it. But you know what? If it's going good for the community, we're also going to talk about it. Let's think about the saying, bridging the gap. What does that mean? Well, it's bridging two views, bringing two views to the table, discussing things instead of just formulating our own opinion and being at odds without knowing. There's a lot of that going on. I've seen, and most of the time I don't see it because I try to block it. It's kind of funny. We get worked up over those things that we know about. But what if we don't never even give it any room in our mind? I block out a lot of naysayers. But there's times when people screenshot and send it to me, and I've noticed there's people that go around saying that all I do on Bridging the Gap is lie. Well, I don't need to defend that because we know what we do here is interview people. And actually, it's nothing about what I think is right. It's what you want to hear. You want to know what is right. So what we do here on Bridging the Gap, I usually bring in somebody and we ask questions and they give you what they have to say. You make the decision on how you feel. I don't use how I feel to force my thought on the audience. That's not what Bridging the Gap's about. If it was that, then I would have a different name for my show or a different name for the organization that we work with. Do we talk about situations? Yes. Do we discuss issues? Yes. Do we talk about those that are not doing things the way they should? Yes. Do we reach the community to find out what's going on in the community? Yes. That's what Bridging the Gap is all about. So to those that want to spend time out of your day and talk down and say that all we do is lie here, all we do is, spread falsehood, or we are powered by somebody, go ahead, say all you want. Because what you say is not what I have to see as being my truth. So, again, we're here on Elephant in the Room. We're going to talk for a few minutes. Actually, we're going to have my co-anchor, which you haven't seen in a while, come in, and we're going to be talking to him about some of the things he has going on and how he feels about certain issues. Again, this is Elephant in the Room.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a shorter segment of Bridging the Gap. My name is
Elephant in the Room.
Elephant in the same. Let's just say that all the shows fall under the. I don't know, what is it, like Bridging the Gap, Elephant in the Room?
Yeah, Bridging the Gap's the overall what we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
BTG.
First of all,
Colin and David.
There's no sun in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull my shades up. Wanted to match my partner. He hasn't been around us here lately, and it's good having you back, Colin.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's nice to be back.
What's been going on with you?
Well, I've been working at HHS, the Department of Health and Human Services. I was able to get a student fellowship / internship there. I don't really know what the difference is. I don't think there is a difference. But I've been working there, lots of important things that we're doing in regards to national health policy. So it's been very fun. That's why I haven't been able to be back here, because it's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day on the weekdays. So it's been a very, very good experience. It's been very nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm looking over to different, because there are two cameras recording right now, so I'm just looking both of them.
All right, cool.
What have you been up to?
About 6'2". No, but back here, as we all been doing, we've been doing a lot of interviews with a lot of the local community leaders. I know when you get back here, we're going to be talking about a lot more of the juicier topics. But while you've been gone, I've been trying to get out and do some interviews with some of the local people. But speaking of such, I noticed that as you were coming back into town, you gave me a call, and next thing I know, there was a live about one that's running for council. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, sure thing. So I made a video yesterday on my Facebook page regarding Meagan Outten's campaign. She is running for county council in Wycomico, District 7, which will be Jeff Merritt's district. And Jeff Merritt is a very respected individual. He's a Republican. It's from what I understand, a conservative right-leaning district.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see any way that Meagan Outten wins the general election against, Jeff Merritt. And not only that,
as if he's running.
If he's running, which he probably is, I bet that I'll bet you $10 that he's running. But I could be wrong, but I'll bet $10 that he's going to run. Now, Meagan Outten is already having a litany of issues, even in her own party. I mean, only a month ago, on June 20th, the chairwoman of the Democratic Central Committee in Wycomico actually called out her and her boyfriend Jared for things that they had done to Jeremichael Mitchell back during the mayoral race, with slandering and smearing and disqualifying a black candidate. And she had mentioned this particularly because they were at a Juneteenth event, which of course is a celebration for, well, you know more because I don't know what's Juneteenth.
It's supposed to celebrate the freeing of the slaves, the Black Independence Day. Personally, I'm still 4th of July. I mean, not only was I raised on 4th of July, but it's also my dad's birthday. So
okay, I see.
I still haven't convinced him it's Independence Day. But yeah, Juneteenth is also recognized as being Independence Day for the Black Americans.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, well, they were at it. They're both white, by the way. For context, they're both white. And they had a big part in smearing and slandering the only black candidate running for mayor, Jeremichael Mitchell, who's been on a few BTG episodes in the past.
Yep, he has been with us.
I don't really see a really solid path to victory. I mean, Meagan Outten, I don't know, if she's the only Democrat running for this particular county council seat, then she'll probably win it, because it's like there are no other options. But if there are any other options, I assume that the chairwoman, that the Democratic Central Committee in Wycomico would probably back that candidate, because they've also tried to set up meetings with her and with Jared to get a formal apology, to actually have a conversation. And she mentions this in her Facebook post from last month, and they ignored her. I mean, they totally ignored the Democratic Central Committee request. So there's a local person who we both know named Joe Venosa who runs one of the other news sources over there in Unpack, and I know him because he's a SU professor, and I've had a few classes of his. But yeah, I mean, he's a Democrat in the area, and he's just been totally, I mean, critical of Meagan Outten. He used to work on her campaign, by the way, but due to her drinking and driving record, 2 DUIs, by the way, for context, due to her inability to address those issues during her mayoral forum, which I was at back when I was in freshman year, she was asked point blank, why is it that you have 2 DUIs on your record? Are you willing to apologize to the Wycomico residents that you put in danger when you did that? And she responded by saying this: I am a survivor of sexual assault or something. And then she started tearing up a little bit. I think she lost a lot of support during that time, because she did not address the issue. She did not apologize to anyone. She just made herself look like the victim, which, bad, terrible. But you can't discount the fact that you've put people's lives at risk. You should actually give an apology. And so a lot of people don't really like that. I mean, there are just a lot of things. And short progress. A lot of people speculate that particular group is behind the Recall Randy effort, anonymous smearing, tactics that are not good at all, just mudslinging. So it doesn't seem very good. And, I'm not trying to be overly critical of Meagan and Jared or anything like that. Really, I'm not. I am, actually. I'm not trying to. It just happens that all the facts point to them. And particularly if we're talking about Meagan running for county council, being a bad candidate. And there's a lot of dysfunction in the local Democratic Party in Wycomico right now. And we even see that with the candidate that they've selected, basically, that they've gotten behind for county executive, Michelle Gregory, who's going to get totally obliterated in the general election against Julie. I mean, people, if you ask Democrats in the area about this, they will tell you that Michelle Gregory is too woke, she's too far left, and she's just not very politically skilled. I mean, Julie is just going to crush her. And I'm looking forward to seeing that, honestly. But it's like, Michelle Gregory, that's Michelle Gregory and Meagan Outten. Those are two of the Democratic superstars in Wycomico right now. I don't think it's it's not looking good for the Democratic Party in Montgomery at the moment, in my humble opinion.
Well,
what do you think?
Interesting. Interesting.
What do you think about the Democratic
Well,
Party?
first thing I'm gonna say is, love the glasses. Not sure why you're wearing glasses, but he's got glasses on today.
I'm wearing glasses because I said I'm going to be bad cop, you're going to be good cop.
Oh, we did say that. I forgot we set it up for camera. I was trying to figre out the hook I was going with him at the beginning. But anyway, getting on the what's going on with Meagan Outten and Michelle Gregory, I am going to try to reach out to Meagan Outten and have her in studio with or without bad cop here.
Might be best to leave me alone.
But no, well, I mean, maybe she wants to. Sometimes criticism could be a good thing, but I do want to talk to her. As far as Michelle Gregory, there's a lot of questions that I have with her. I mean, it's been said, as a matter of fact, the first time I found out about this was during a Praise in the Park that my wife was having. You were actually at.
I was, yes.
That they were having a No Kings rally at the same time. And we were still talking about the permits, because I was definitely talking to the mayor, and ironically, one of the council ladies was part of this.
Yeah.
And this is when Miss Gregory decided to let everyone know she's running for county executive. As a matter of fact, if you kind of look back, you can probably look on Google and all that good stuff like that. You can't hide anything on Google from Google. Even if you erase it, it's still there somewhere.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
and their pictures, her current profile picture, Michelle Gregory, is her like at a No Kings. I don't think it's the same one, but it's her with a few like No Kings people in the background.
Okay, well, but the thing I was thinking about though is that according to things I've seen on Google, she's been raising money for her campaign for county executive since April, maybe even earlier. Question. If you go back and look on the Board of Elections, you don't see her in the ballot spot for running for executive. You only see Julie Giordano. Now, you also have to have an authority line. I'm finding different flyers, different promos out there for her and raising money for this, and I don't see any authority line. So my question is, I wouldn't want somebody unknowing, because there's a lot of people in my family that may vote that direction, and just because it's the party line, vote for someone that's taken or give money to a campaign that you can't verify where their money's going. So that's my concern there. Again, we kid, but we don't kid about good cop, bad cop. But it's interesting, the research that you're doing and the research I'm doing is showing there's a lot of questions that's happening in people's campaign. And I do want to say one more thing before I turn it back over to you. I just noticed our shirts kind of match our different thoughts. And good guy, bad guy. Anyway, go ahead.
Blue with.
There you go. Well, this is a little bit more patriotic, but we'll go with it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I suppose ties are important. I personally got a new tie actually from a shop in.
Yes. What I mean, I know you can't say what you're doing, but probably a lot of people out there are wondering how come it's only been me or maybe some guest hosts. What have you been up to? And you don't have to go in detail.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I've been working in the office of the Assistant Secretary for Health, which is where Rachel Levine used to work. Beautiful woman, beautiful woman who happened to be transgender. Formerly Dick Levine, but that was the former office of the assistant. That was the former Assistant Secretary of Health. It's likely going to be Dr. Christine. Dr. Christine is a urologist from Alabama.
I might put my glasses back on. But go ahead.
I've been doing some work. It's been really fun, really engaging. The federal government is very interesting. Lots of changes happening. Lots of efficiencies that we're trying to create with how the bureaucracy is run, saving money, combining certain offices, just things like that generally. And this isn't private, confidential information. You can see some of the priorities happening, but we're making that happen right now. And I'm considering going back to the federal government when I graduate in a paid position as a political appointee, but I'm not sure yet. It's just an internship now, so. But I guess we'll see.
Interesting.
But DC's been fun, it's nice because currently, and I'm not going to say what my political party is, but it's currently being run, by Republicans. So I personally think it's a nice place. So it's
You basically told that you're Republican.
I didn't say that actually. I'm a neutral person. I'm very, very neutral. Just don't look at what clubs I lead.
Okay, so when speaking of your clubs, when you come back, you are the head of the college Republicans. You're also the head of the Lower Shore Republicans and the Young Republicans. You got like three different, you're calling three belts. How you going to juggle all that? And school?
Well, I plan to, look into the sky and find and create time and pull time out of nowhere, like out of thin air, right? And that might come in the form of maybe sleeping a little bit less, possibly being a little more energetic. I want to go out with a bang, and a good bang, not a bad bang. Big, beautiful bang. I'm going to go out with college, okay? I want to graduate, but in the months leading up, it's going to be 9 months before I graduate, between September and May.
Wow. So
I'm going to try to expand everything, try to make it more efficient, implement strategies that work towards, recruiting people. I plan to, with all the things I'm, kind of, with a combination of clubs and stuff that I'm currently managing, I'd like to see an increase of about 65 members or so total.
That'd be good.
And there'll be a lot of overlap in between those, but I'd like to, at the very least, I'd like to see an increase of 65 students, and mostly those will be freshmen. Freshman students coming in that we're going to go and target and try to get to them before the institution and the establishment gets to them. So that's really what we're going to try to do. Nice. And also integrate them into local clubs like DCM and the Wycomico GOP and things of that sort.
Nice.
So we're going to try to integrate them into those and sell the fact that they're getting connections, networking experience, as well as guidance on how to succeed. Because I think in regards to parties, one of my major beliefs in regards to the party that I'm part of, which I won't say, is because federal employees can't be too political. I'm technically a federal employee, but what I will say is that I believe that people should prioritize self-interest in their college years and do their best to succeed in their own right, in their own ways. And, if anything comes in their way, they should push through it, persevere. If they have enemies, get rid of their enemies in whatever way possible. I think that in college and in development of skills and connections and things, you can't be too there are a lot of people, there are a lot of professors that will tell them you need to be compassionate, you need to go out of your way to support, help the world and help this and help. I'm going to be the balance, saying just do what you can for yourself. Be successful, be ambitious, be driven, So I'm going to try to stress that message to the people and help them succeed, hopefully.
And hopefully, as being like a spiritual dad figure, I'm going to keep you reminding that you need God through all that.
Yes, exactly.
You're going to be good. I do want to
church on Sunday.
I do. Yes, he does. And he's very. He's been very consistent with that. Even though he's been across the water during the week, he's back here for church every Sunday. We will be actually. I just want to say before we close out here, I'm excited that we do have at least a couple of interviews coming up. I know you'll be back with us in a couple of weeks. We're actually going to be interviewing the county executive on Monday. I don't know what time you're going to be watching this, but it probably won't be uploaded to probably midweek. But I'm excited for that. There's so much going on right now. As she goes into actually run, she's already the person that actually has her name down to run for executive. She's working on that, running a county, and there's a lot of naysayers out there. I mean, there's not every person that uses PAC 14 and are going to be people who are not have their own thought and make sure everybody know about it. And I personally am very impressed on handling pressure from point of view, me being a friend of hers, a minister, and just a person that's actually in the media business. I'm very impressed on how well she handles herself. There's times when pressure does bust pipes, but I think she's handled herself pretty well. And I'm looking forward to talking to her. And I got another one we have coming up with one of the councilmen that you mentioned his name. Jeff Merritt. I'm actually having talk to him, who is currently District 2's councilman, but we've been moving on. I don't know if he's an incumbent if District 7 didn't exist before, so is he an incumbent?
You'll be technically an incumbent, but you'll be in a different district. But yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I hope
it's
those interviews go well.
It's going to be interesting.
I'll
It's gonna
tune
be
in. I won't be
interesting.
able to be there, but I'll tune in.
But when you get back, I do want to say this also before we close out. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said to a lot of people don't understand that I do a lot more of the what do you do interviews, and he's more of the in your face, and I love it. I mean, but he's more the in your face. Let's talk about your issue kind of a reporter. So I'm excited to have you come back. I know a lot of people are waiting for that. And again, those are those where they have kind of thin skin. I don't think politics is for you. Just understand this young man is in his early 20s. He's only going to get better at this.
Oh, I hope so.
So
20.
just
20
be
years
ready.
old. Yeah, okay. Well,
So,
awesome. Okay,
Bridging
well,
the
thank
Gap
you.
once again.
Yeah, Bridging the Gap. Thank you for watching. Tune in for next episode.
We'll be seeing you soon.